All right, so a couple days ago, Sarah Huckabee Sanders gave a response to Joe Biden's State of the Union. She actually gave it the same night that Biden did his State of the Union address. And we're going to watch the whole thing because I've seen some of it and I knew I had to make a video on it because it was just so good.
Being a mom to 3 young children taught me not to believe every story I hear. So forgive me for not believing much of anything I heard tonight from President Biden. From out-of-control inflation and violent crime to the dangerous border crisis and threat from China. Biden and the Democrats have failed you.
Yep.
They know it, and you know it.
And the Republicans have succeeded in not doing or doing all of those things. The Republicans are the party that get things done. The Democrats, they don't, though.
And it's time for a change. Tonight, let us reaffirm our commitment to a timeless American idea that government exists not to rule the people, but to serve the people. Democrats want to rule us with more government control. That's not who we are. America is the greatest country the world has ever known because we're the freest country the world has ever known, with a people who are strong.
I really love when conservatives use that argument that we're the greatest country because we're the freest country. Like, that makes any sense. How does that make the country better than another country? We're the freest country on the whole earth, guys, but we don't have health care for all. Health care is not a guaranteed right for every citizen in this country. You go over to the Scandinavian countries over in Europe, and they do have health care for all of their citizens. But America is the greatest country because we're the freest country. Makes no sense. It's just a talking point. It's stupid.
And resilient. 5 months ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. It was a hard time for our family, particularly our kids, Scarlett, Huck, and...
She named her kid Huck? No fucking way she named her kid Huck. And her last name is Huckabee. I'm sorry. I'm not going to focus on that. But what the fuck is she talking about? Is this the State of the Union address response, or is this the state of Sarah Huckabee Sanders' cancer status? I mean, I don't want anyone to have cancer. I don't want anyone to be suffering or hurt. But what the fuck is she talking about? This has nothing to do with the State of the Union. You having cancer? How does that? That doesn't affect me. Okay, I don't want anyone to have cancer or anything like that. I don't want anyone to be hurt. Trust me, I don't. But this has nothing to do with the State of the Union. Okay, I'm not. If this is just her way for her to get out her feelings and vent and be able to talk to somebody, I'm sorry, but this isn't the place to do it, Sarah. Get some fucking friends. Stop being lonely. This has nothing to do with the State of the Union at all.
George, but we kept our faith and persevered. Thanks to exceptional doctors here in Arkansas, a successful surgery, and the grace of God, I am cancer-free.
Yeah, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer the GOP response to Biden's State of the Union. This is whether Sarah Huckabee Sanders is cancer-free or not. She's cancer-free, everybody. Everybody can go home. That's the end of it. That's the end of the video.
Through it all, I couldn't help but think about my mom.
What is this? Bro, what the fuck is this? This has nothing to do with the State of the Union. Your mom, what, are we going to go down your family tree now? What an idiot. They say Joe Biden's sleepy. Does she know what she's supposed to be doing right now? Is her brain a fucking puddle? What is she saying? It's supposed to be a State of the Union response. I don't care about your fucking mom. What the fuck?
She was 20 years old and in her first year of marriage when she was diagnosed with spinal cancer.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders literally, her brain must be fucked the hell up.
They said she'd never walk again. And if she did walk, she'd definitely never have children.
This is so dumb. She is such an idiot. How does this this does nothing to do with America, Americans' problems that they deal with every single day. This has nothing to do with the State of the Union of the United States of America. This is nothing. She is literally saying nothing. What am I listening to? Like a memoir? A fucking am I listening to an audiobook? Like an autobiography of Sarah Huckabee Sanders' life? What the fuck is this? Shut the fuck up and talk about the issues. She says, I didn't believe anything Joe Biden said. Now I'm going to talk about my mom and me having cancer. It's like, you're fucking so stupid. You say Joe Biden's not fit to run. You're not fit to be in front of a camera talking. You can't even stay on topic, you fucking moron.
The daughter she was told she'd never have.
Oh my God.
Was just sworn in as the new governor of Arkansas.
Does she need help? Is she like senile? What the hell is wrong with her? Why can she not get off her fucking family tree? I don't care about your family, Sarah. Talk about the issues. You started off this speech with, I didn't believe shit that Joe Biden said. And now you're talking about your mom. I watched the whole State of the Union live with my fiance. And you want to know what? Joe Biden didn't talk about Sarah Huckabee Sanders' mom, his mom, anyone's mom, except for Tyree Nichols' mom, because that's an issue. What the fuck is she saying? What the hell is wrong with her? Is she this fucking dumb that she can't remember what she got in front of this camera to talk about? Is she?
And is speaking to you tonight.
And if she's trying to pull at people's heartstrings and do the fucking, I'm trying to connect with you, I'm a human being, look at me, I bleed, I cry just like you do, it's not working. I'm here because I want to hear what your response is to the issues that Joe Biden was talking about. And you're not talking about that. Why? Is it because you're that fucking stupid? I can't figure it out.
Adversity and fear of the unknown can paralyze us, but faith propels us to charge boldly ahead. We can't stand still in the face of great challenges.
And she's also talking to me, and I guess whoever's watching this, as like, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in that, okay? I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Christianity. I'm not a Christian. I don't follow that religion. So she needs to stop saying that faith in God is what's going to get us to persevere. I don't believe in that, okay? So you're turning me off by just trying to shove God down my throat. I don't believe in that stuff anymore, okay? So can you stop saying that? Because that doesn't work for me. That might work for you, but she's being really polarizing here in her speech. I mean, I think she's an idiot already, but...
You and I were put on this earth for such a time as this, to charge boldly ahead. I'll be the first to admit, President Biden and I don't have a lot in common.
Really?
He's for government control. At 40,
Sarah Huckabee Sanders says she's for freedom. She says that she's for freedom, but then she bans CRT in our schools. That's not freedom. It's not freedom. It's not what it is. You're banning teaching about American history. It's not freedom. It's fascism. And that's not freedom. Okay?
I'm the youngest governor in the country.
This is... I really don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know if you know, she had some type of medical mishap. I mean, maybe she had a stroke and her brain got fucked up because of it, or you know, maybe she has some type of underlying medical condition that no one knows about. But guys, I'm seriously worried for Sarah Huckabee Sanders here, because I don't know if she remembers what she's supposed to be talking about. It's really scary. You know, like I mean, I'm genuinely concerned here for her medical well-being, her mental state. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's supposed to be a GOP response to the State of the Union, and so far she has not spoken about anything regarding the State of the Union. So I'm genuinely concerned. I hope she has doctors around here at all times, because her brain seems like it's on the brink of just failing.
At 80, he's the oldest president in American history. I'm the first...
Joe Biden's bad because he's old. There. I said it. That's what she just said. That was her defense. I'm the youngest governor. Joe Biden's the oldest president. Okay? You just stated facts. Great. That doesn't mean anything at all. Explain why that matters. She's not going to. She's going to move on, say some other stupid bullshit.
Woman to lead my state. And he's the first man to surrender his presidency.
Surrender his
to a
presidency.
woke mob that can't even tell you what a woman is.
Shh. Did it just turn into the Daily Wire? What happened? She lost me completely. This has nothing to do with the State of the Union. We're 2.5 minutes in. There was nothing before this. Wasn't any network bumpers or people being like, we're going to go to Sarah Huckabee Sanders Live. This is 2 minutes and 48 seconds of complete and utter brain mush. Bullshit. I don't know what the hell is wrong with her. I don't know what the fuck happened to her brain. But there's definitely a reason that she was not press secretary for long under Trump's presidency. I really cannot figure out. I legitimately believe she doesn't know where she's at right now, and she doesn't know what the fuck she's supposed to be doing, because this is incoherent ranting at this point. I cannot follow her at all, because this has nothing to do with the State of the Union.
In the radical left's America, Washington taxes you and lights your hard-earned money on fire.
Yep. Because Donald Trump's tax cuts when he first got in office benefited only the uber wealthy, no one else. But it's the Democrats, it's the radical left, it's the socialist guys, it's people like Biden and Bernie and whoever else, any of the Democrats. Even though it's, again, Trump's tax cuts. It's Trump's tax cuts that benefited the uber wealthy and left people that are in the lower and middle classes literally out to dry. So.
But you get crushed with high gas prices, empty grocery shelves.
Whoa. Empty grocery shelves? What the fuck is she talking about? I remember when there was empty grocery shelves. You know who was president when there were empty grocery shelves in 2020? Donald fucking Trump was the president when there was empty grocery shelves, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Are you going to say that? No. Joe Biden was never president. What? Empty... What? Maybe with the baby formula? What the fuck is she talking about? Empty shelves where? When? That was in 2020 when Trump was president. Her brain is fucked up. It is what it is. Her brain is clearly very messed up. She can't even like open her mouth and not lie. It's all a lie.
Children are taught to hate one another on account of their race.
Who's teaching them that? Who's teaching kids to hate others based on their race? You know, she can say it's CRT in our schools, whatever, but it's you. You're the one perpetuating the narrative of hate. It's people like you, Sarah, that get on in front of the cameras like this and just lie. You're just a liar. I've said this before, but I don't know how people like Sarah can sleep at night. Because I know she knows. I know she knows that she knows what she's saying is a load of bullshit. She knows what type of reaction she will probably get from saying this type of stuff on TV like this. I don't understand how she can sleep at night knowing the damage that she's doing.
But not to love one another or our great country. Whether Joe Biden believes this madness or is simply too weak to resist it, his administration has been completely hijacked by the radical left. The dividing line in America is no longer between right or left. The choice is between normal or crazy.
Yeah, that's the choice, guys. It is. She's right. The choice is between normal and crazy. The difference is Sarah Huckabee Sanders is taking the position of she is the normal, and it's the other side that is the crazy. When, again, we've only gotten through 3.5 minutes of this. I think I know where the crazy is.
It's time for a new generation of Republican leadership.
So get the fuck out, because you fucking suck.
Upon taking office just a few weeks ago, I signed executive orders to ban CRT.
She was talking about freedom earlier, right? Was this the same person? I can't remember now. But she was talking about freedom earlier, right? She said she banned CRT, but she was talking about this being the freest country, but she's banning history, right? Okay? All right, okay.
racism and indoctrination in our schools.
Guys, Sarah Huckabee Sanders banned racism. Racism's gone. Guys, she literally ended racism. Yeah, She banned racism. Guys, it's over. Racism's gone. She ended racism. She banned racism. Thank God. Thank God that he gave us Sarah Huckabee Sanders so she could ban racism in our schools. It's gone. It's over, guys. Racism's literally gone. It's gone.
Eliminate the use of derogatory term Latinx in our government.
Again, did she not say that the freedom of speech is one of our greatest attributes in this country? I banned the use of the word Latinx. You're banning I can't.
COVID orders and said never again to authoritarian mandates and shutdowns. Americans want common sense from their leaders.
Yeah, Americans want common sense from their leaders. Common sense. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, stop talking about CRT. No children in our public schools are learning about CRT. You're too stupid to even research what CRT is. Again, you guys can go and look this up. CRT is a goddamn law school class. It is people that are in law school that are getting ready to graduate can take CRT, and it is extremely hard. It's an extremely hard course. I guarantee you, if I, or probably the majority of people watching this video took CRT right now, you would struggle and you would not get through it. I would not be able to get through it. I do not have the capacity to understand all of what CRT would entail if I was taking a course like that. And they are not teaching our children that shit. She can't prove that they are. They're not. They pull random books off of library shelves that are for children, and it'll be some random one-off book that, might say some stuff that's a little crazy, but then they're like, this is what they're teaching our kids in school. Like, they hand it out like it's Hamlet or something to every student. It's not. They don't do that. But they're not going to tell you that, and they're not going to show you that, because that would make their entire argument fucking invalid.
But in Washington, the Biden administration is doubling down on crazy. President Biden inherited the fastest economic recovery on record.
Lie. That's a lie. That is the biggest fucking lie I have ever heard in my entire life. Biden did not inherit the fastest recovering economy of all time. That is a load of bullshit. That is literally a load of bullshit, and I can prove it to you guys here. I don't know if it's this or not, but she will go on to say that Donald Trump or the Democrats' spending is, ridiculous, and it's the Democrats' fault that we're in our position now. But if you guys go and look, and this isn't something it's not hard to find, Donald Trump completely fucked our economy in a lot of different ways. But something that Donald Trump did when he was president was the national deficit, actually rose almost $8 trillion when Donald Trump was in office. And according to literally everybody, Donald Trump added to the deficit so much. I'm sorry. I have to get my train of thought here. Donald Trump did so much damage to the economy that we will literally be fucked for a long time. Okay? It's terrible. This is what I was trying to say. He oversaw the third biggest deficit increase of any president of all time. Okay? President Trump did so much damage to the economy. And while he claimed that he was doing so much to hurt China, so much to hurt these other economies, in reality, Trump did a bunch of terrible shit. He hurt our economy way, way more than he helped our economy. And there's a ton of research regarding this. You guys can go and you guys could research this stuff for days and days on end and keep on finding stuff. Trump completely and utterly fucked our economy. Biden inherited a goddamn mess when he became president. He did not inherit the fastest recovering economy. It was a goddamn shit show. So I don't know why she would say that and provide no evidence.
The most secure border in history?
A lie. Another fucking lie. What a fucking liar. Again, it's not true. Okay, it's not true. According to factcheck.org, and they have sources. It's not just them putting bullet points up. President Biden inherited more monthly illegal border crossings from Mexico than before Donald Trump took office, despite 453 miles of newer upgraded barriers along the nearly 2,000-mile line. So, one, Trump lied about the wall. He never even put that up. His entire campaign promise he got elected on, he didn't even do because he's a fucking liar. And two, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is also a fucking liar. When Biden took office, before Trump took office, the border wasn't that bad, and then when Donald Trump took office to the time he was out, the border got so much worse. Again, that's Sarah Huckabee Sanders fucking lied. There were more immigrants coming across the border than ever when Donald Trump left office. Donald Trump's fault. Donald Trump's problem. Once again, I can prove, guys. It's not hard to prove this GOP propaganda lies wrong. It's really not. All you have to do is go and do a little bit of research. It's really not that hard because they lie. They're not even straw men. They're just straight lies. Then it's like not even stuff that you can debate. It's just shit that you look up and then you're like, wow, that's literally not true.
Cheap, abundant, homegrown energy, fast rising wages, a rebuilt military.
Fast rising wages, again, not true. If we go back to this over here, I don't understand what she meant by fast rising wages. That was just that just wasn't true at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people watching this, and myself included, we all know that wages aren't rising fast. That's never been something that's been happening. That wasn't happening under Trump. That's not happening under Biden. That wasn't happening under Obama, okay? Bernie Sanders is one of the only people that I've seen that pushes for $15 minimum federal wage, okay? That's I'm not even gonna research that one. We know that that's not true. That's not even. I mean, that one's ridiculous. But recovering economy again. An economy struggling with 10 million jobless and millions more out of the workforce. Again, she's lying. That's not true. Donald Trump's economy, Donald Trump's country when he left was terrible. He fucked us, okay? And I know he had to deal with COVID, but he still completely fucked us, okay? He didn't do nearly as much as he could have to make anything better for regular lower and middle class Americans. All he did was do things that effectively hurt them. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders is going to get up here and continue to do Trump GOP propaganda because she thinks that you're stupid. She thinks that we're dumb.
And a world that was stable and at peace. But over the
No, that's not true. And if she is really gonna make the fucking argument of Joe Biden is the reason that Russia and Ukraine invaded each other, or the stuff with China, this stuff has been happening for years. The Russo-Ukrainian war has been happening for almost 10 years now, guys. Okay? All of this China collecting intelligence, we collect intelligence on countries all of the time. Maybe it's not in this way that's been happening with these balloons and these other aircraft. That is something that is a little unprecedented, yes. But still, this is not something that's uncommon. And she's trying to make the point that, well, look at what's been happening since Joe Biden's been president. It's all normal shit.
last 2 years, Democrats destroyed it all.
What?
Despite
How?
Democrats' trillions in reckless spending.
Again, Donald Trump added $8 trillion to the national deficit, completely fucked our economy. We will suffer for years and years to come because of what Donald Trump did to our economy. Okay, guys?
Mountains of debt. We now have the worst border crisis in American history.
Again, started when Donald Trump was president. It was Joe Biden that inherited Donald Trump's border crisis, okay?
As a mom, my heart breaks for every parent who has lost a son or daughter to addiction. 100,000 Americans a year are now killed from drug overdoses, largely from fentanyl pouring across our southern border.
Well, something that I do need to make a point, and this can get a little fuzzy. You know, you can start researching stuff, and you might find stuff from, GOP or Democrat politicians that are saying this, but they don't have evidence to back it up. But when it comes to fentanyl, she's sort of right with what she's saying. Fentanyl does come across the southern border, but the majority, and I mean the vast majority of fentanyl or things used to make fentanyl, that shit comes from China, okay? It's almost all made in China. That shit comes from China. If it's not made in China, China ships the materials, the chemicals, whatever it is that's needed to make fentanyl over to Mexico, and then they do it over there. So realistically, when we're talking about fentanyl, and as a problem, because it is a problem, there have been an increase, a very major increase in overdoses being linked to fentanyl over the past couple of years than there was before. But when we're talking about fentanyl, we cannot deny the role that China has and continues to play in this fentanyl coming into the United States. You know, they like to say it's the southern border, it's Mexico. They're not 100% wrong about that, but again, a lot of this fentanyl stuff, it's coming over from China, guys. The materials are coming from China. It's straight coming from China. This is, again, you try and research this, and it's a little fuzzy, it's a little messy, but there's an article here from science.org from 2017, the early 2017, like March, where they talk about how fentanyl is just really becoming really prevalent in China, okay? And they're talking about how it's how it's been being processed and being made and stuff like that. So when we do talk about fentanyl, it's really important that we also talk about China. She didn't talk about China. She didn't bring China up. Also, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of this response. I'm pushing it, guys. We're 27, we're almost 28 minutes in, and we're only 5 minutes through this.
Yet the Biden administration refuses to secure the border and save American lives.
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall. Where the fuck's the wall? Where the fuck is the wall that he was going to make Mexico pay for? How is it now it's Biden's job to secure the border? How come Trump couldn't get that shit done? Every single thing they say just makes them look like idiots. Just don't talk. If this was 15 minutes of her just sitting in front of the camera not talking, I think I legitimately would have enjoyed that more than this. Because she's just, everything just makes them sound like they're idiots that couldn't get shit done. So now they're pointing to the Democrats and saying, hey, now you have to do it, because I couldn't do it.
And after years of Democrat attacks on law enforcement and calls to defund the police,
no.
violent criminals roam free.
She's a liar. Again, a fucking liar. The Democrats are the ones that are actually funding the police, guys. I've shown you multiple videos. I've reacted to multiple videos of Republican politicians going on networks like CNN, MSNBC, all types of different networks, and saying that they should defund the FBI. Guys, it's the Democrats that are funding the police, okay? So last year, in like September, October, the Democrats actually passed legislation, okay, that would give money, literally just hundreds of millions of dollars to law enforcement, okay? That's what it was. They passed this legislation. It went through, and they straight up just gave the police money and resources for all types of different things, okay? So when they say that, there's videos of Chuck Schumer coming out and talking about this legislation that was passed, okay? So when they talk about the Democrats wanting to defund the police, that's also just another really easily disprovable talking point. It's not true at all. They're the ones that are giving money to the police. It's the Republicans that actually want to defund the police, okay? Oh.
While law-abiding families live in fear.
Not true
Beyond our
at
border,
all.
from Afghanistan to Ukraine, from North Korea to Iran, President Biden's weakness puts our nation and the world at risk. And the president's refusal to stand up to China, our most formidable adversary, is dangerous and unacceptable.
I don't know what she's saying when she means stand up to China. Like, does she want Biden to just like drop nukes on him? I mean, I don't know, but this is also something that I've said multiple times, and I will say it again for the sake of this video because you know, dumbass over here doesn't know anything. Joe Biden's trade wars, guys, on China when it comes to semiconductors are. They're fucking brutal, guys, for China, okay? These trade wars that Biden is leveling against China, specifically for the little semiconductors, specifically for chip manufacturing, guys, they are brutal, okay? He is fucking them, and it is rough, okay? You guys can go and research this. I'm not going to talk about it again because I've explained it before, but it's bad, guys, okay? Biden is doing more to hurt China's economy than Donald Trump would have ever even thought of because Donald Trump is a little pussy who does not understand, literally, Donald Trump's foreign policy, it's non-existent, okay? He doesn't understand foreign policy. Biden, at least in this instance, is actually doing a good job with that. So, again, she's a liar. This is just all boiled down to her being a fucking liar.
Defend our border, defend our skies, and defend our people.
What is he supposed to do?
To serve as commander-in-chief.
What is he supposed to do to defend our skies? Do you want Joe Biden to go out there himself and stand on the roof of the White House with a rifle and shoot down the spy balloon? What do you want him to do? What the fuck is he supposed to do? Explain. What would she be doing?
And while you
oh my
the
God.
Their failures, the Biden administration seems more interested in woke fantasies than the hard reality Americans face every day.
Bro, what woke fantasies? What are the woke fantasies? Tell me what they are so I know, because I don't know what they are.
Americans simply want to live their lives in freedom and peace. But we are under attack in a left-wing culture war we didn't start and never wanted to fight.
What's the left-wing culture war? Trying to make people's lives better by changing and progressing forward, and literally that's how people's lives have been improved because of change. What's the left-wing culture war? What is it? What's this culture war that we're fighting, Sarah Huckabee?
Every day we are told we must partake in their rituals, salute their flags, and worship their false idols.
You want to know what I see? I see people saluting the American flag. I see people pledging the allegiance to the American flag all the fucking time. I see people singing the national anthem. How is that partaking in a leftist, progressive culture war ritual? That's me partaking in shit that Republicans and conservatives like, pledging allegiance to the flag, standing up for the national anthem, fucking doing the national anthem. I mean, this is something that bothers me, and I know that she didn't explicitly say this, but I think it's a big waste of time that we do the national anthem at the beginning of sporting events. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? I don't give a fuck about the national anthem. I don't give a fuck about the American flag. I couldn't give a shit about the American flag or the national anthem or any of this shit. And then she's saying, we partake in their rituals every day. No, the fuck we don't. We partake in your dumbass conservative Republican hick rituals all the fucking time, every day.
All while big government colludes with big tech to strip away the most American thing there is, your freedom of speech. That's not normal. It's crazy.
No, you want to know what's crazy? What's crazy What's crazy is having House hearings, okay? What's crazy is having House hearings on a social media platform like Twitter and talking about how they chose to either allow or not allow their users to share a story from the New York fucking Post. Again, they're acting like Twitter went to the New York Post before they published a story and said, hey, if you publish a story on Hunter Biden, we're going to sue the shit out of you. That did not happen. The fact that she is even acknowledging that, the fact that they are holding House hearings on Twitter when there are issues that Americans need dealt with, like fucking healthcare again, okay? Like healthcare, and then they're sitting there talking about this. It is ridiculous, and it's crazy that Sarah Huckabee Sanders think that that's an issue. Does she really think that's an issue? Does she really think that people get around the dinner table, the families, and because the Republicans love to say dinner table issues, do they think a dinner table issue is them not being able to share a post from the New York, a story on the New York Post on their Twitter? Do they really think that that's one of the problems plaguing America right now? Does she really think that? How out of touch is this dumb fucking white person have to be to say some stupid shit like that? What the fuck is she talking about? I don't... What? What? It's crazy that you even said that out loud. Joe Biden didn't get up there and talk about Twitter because he's not a fucking idiot like you. Well, guys, we got through almost half of it. The rest of it, as far as I understand, is her just going on this really incoherent, stupid rant about her going to Iraq with President Donald Trump and Melania on Christmas 2018. But I did some research on that, and I couldn't actually find whether she actually went to Iraq or not. But she doesn't really talk about any more issues. And if she does talk about more issues, then we already know that she literally lied about everything. Every single thing that came out of her mouth was a lie, except for, I think, the part where she said she has kids and she has 3 of them. I didn't look up whether she has 3 kids, or she's a mother, but I'm pretty sure that part's true. So I don't think she lied about that part. I also don't know if she was lying about the cancer thing. She probably wasn't lying about that. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. If you guys want to see more content like this, then please hit the subscribe button and then press that little bell and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload.